Welcome to Smart Income Masters. Our tagline, make money smarter.
And today we're really digging into something fundamental, something that trips up a lot of people trying to make money, selling.
It really does.
Mhm.
Selling often feels, well, uncomfortable, doesn't it? Like you have to be pushy or maybe even a bit dishonest. We've all seen those old tactics.
Yeah, those old school methods that just don't really land anymore. But look, we got some great source material from a listener today that kind of cuts through all that noise.
Absolutely. It lays out this fantastic framework for selling pretty much anything,
Mm.
products, services, even just ideas, without feeling sleazy or needing those high-pressure moves.
So our goal here in this deep dive, we're going to unpack this framework, pull out the key actionable stuff, and show you how to use it, how to sell better by building trust and actually delivering value.
Right. So if you're ready to maybe rethink how you approach selling, make it a real strength, then you are definitely in the right place.
Let's get into it.
Oh, and hey, before we jump in, if you want more deep dives like this one, helping you make money smarter, just hit that subscribe button now. Okay, let's go.
All right, so the source material kicks off by really zeroing in on what usually goes wrong with selling.
Yeah, it's pretty direct about it. All that pressure, the gimmicks, fake scarcity. It says flat out, these things just don't work long term.
Exactly. And the reason, well, it makes a lot of sense. You might grab a quick sale here and there, maybe low value, but those tactics, they actually damage your brand's reputation over time.
They push away the exact people you actually want to attract,
Mhm.
especially for, bigger deals or more complex services. It's kind of the opposite of building something solid.
And what's really interesting is how the source contrasts this with some huge, really successful companies. You know the ones. They didn't build their empires on hype.
No, definitely not.
Their success, according to this material, it's built on trust and a solid, repeatable process focused on value.
So the big takeaway right at the start is, well, it's huge. Real selling is about value, genuine value, not tricks. If you can just shift your mindset there, you're already following a path used by some of the most successful players out there.
Okay, so before you even think about the actual sales conversation, the source stresses something crucial. You need to build trust and goodwill first.
Yeah, this isn't step one of the sale. It's like
Yeah.
the foundation you need before you even start building.
Right.
And this is where that story from the source material really hit home for me. It talks about being at some event, right? And someone asks about finding a good web designer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the person sharing the story, their company, they don't actually do web design. And they could also see this person wasn't quite ready for the more complex stuff they did offer.
Right. So the easy path would be, sorry, can't help, or maybe try to awkwardly steer the conversation to their own services, right?
Exactly. But instead, they just helped, genuinely.
Yeah.
Pointed them toward other companies that were a good fit for web design, no strings attached, no expectation of anything back, just being helpful.
And the payoff? It wasn't instant. That's the key part. Much, much later, when that person was ready for the kind of advanced marketing services the storyteller's company offered.
Guess who they called? The person who helped them out for free years before. They remembered that. They remembered the trust.
That story just nails the principle, doesn't it? People want to buy from people they like, trust, and, respect.
Yeah.
And you don't build that with a cold pitch. You build it over time, genuine interactions, showing you actually care about their problems, even if there's nothing in it for you right now.
Okay, so we've got that foundation of trust. Super important. Now, the source outlines a system. Step one. Sounds basic, but skipping it. Classic mistake. Define your ideal customer.
Oh, absolutely. Trying to sell to, anyone with a pulse and a wallet, or even just everyone who needs X. It just dilutes everything. You waste so much energy on people who were never going to be the right fit anyway.
You need that clear picture, that ideal customer avatar, as they call it. And the source gives a really concrete example from the company's own experience. Their ideal customer isn't just, businesses. It's super specific.
Like what?
Like marketers using multiple channels, SEO, social, ads. They have internal teams already. Their buying process takes a while, involves lots of people, and they often work in different regions.
Wow, okay. That level of detail, that's powerful.
It is. Because when you know exactly who you're talking to, everything else clicks into place. Your message is sharp, relevant to them. Your positioning makes sense. You know which leads are worth your time.
And pricing becomes easier too, right? Because you know the specific value you bring to that specific type of customer.
Exactly. Which leads us right into step two. Listen. Listen to decode their pain points. Resist that urge to just jump in and pitch your solution.
Yeah, selling too early. Another big trap. Before you really truly get what's going on with them, the source really hammers this. You need to listen deeply. Get to the root cause of their pain.
Because what they say first might just be a symptom, right?
Yeah.
Not the actual disease.
Precisely. The source uses this great phrase, top sellers decode what the customer says. They listen actively, they ask probing questions, peel back the layers. Like a detective, almost, finding the real obstacle.
Yeah, like a problem detective.
So you can offer the solution that actually fixes the core issue.
And think about the trust that builds. When you can describe someone's problem back to them, maybe even clearer than they could themselves.
Oh, huge. Instant credibility. It shows you get their world, makes them feel understood, and suddenly you're the obvious choice to help.
Which brings us nicely to step 3. The source calls this the easiest way to sell. Demonstrating value with proof.
Right. This is where you stop just talking about what you do and you start showing the results. Hard results.
The power of case studies, testimonials, specific data.
Yeah.
You just can't overstate it.
No. It lets the prospect believe your solution works because they see tangible evidence. It's way more effective than just, fancy language or listing features.
Because what are people really paying for deep down? The source boils it down to 3 things. Speed, getting the result faster, clarity, knowing how to get there, and certainty that it'll actually work.
And proof delivers all 3 of those.
Yeah.
So you need to show them with real evidence how your thing solves their specific problem better or faster than the alternatives. Use real examples, not made-up ones. Show them what their future looks like with your solution.
And the source mentions video testimonials are especially good here. Seeing and hearing someone relatable. Powerful stuff.
Very powerful.
Okay, step 4. This is where a lot of deals tend to fall apart, but the source flips it. Sees it as a huge opportunity. Embrace objections.
This is so critical. There's this statistic in the source material that's really eye-opening. The average person needs something like 11 interactions, 11.1 to be precise, with a brand or seller before they buy.
11.
Yeah. But most sellers, they give up after maybe 2 or 3 tries.
That changes everything about how you see an objection, doesn't it? It's not really a no.
Exactly. The source says it's an invitation to clarify things, share more proof, maybe build more trust through another conversation.
So each objection you handle well is actually another touch point, getting you closer to that magic number of 11 interactions.
Right. Keep those interactions focused, add value, provide more proof. It builds the relationship, keeps things moving forward.
All right. Step 5 is, well, it can be tough, but the source says it's essential. Knowing when to walk away.
Yeah. Not every potential deal is actually a good deal for you. You've got to factor in all your costs, overhead, your time, tools, everything when you price things.
And discounting like crazy just to get the deal.
Kills your margins. And honestly, it kills your motivation to do your best work for that client, too.
That's a good point. And the strategic angle here is super clear. Chasing those bad deals, the low margin ones, it just distracts you. Sucks up time and energy you need for the deals that will actually help you grow.
So be confident in your pricing. Know your value, have clear boundaries for negotiation, walking away when it's not the right fit. That's not failing, it's protecting your business.
And it builds respect too, right? Neither side should expect the other to lose money.
Exactly. Mutual respect.
Okay, final step, step 6. This one gives you a way to kind of win, even when you lose the sale. Learn from the loss.
Yeah. Look, losing deals happens to everyone, even the best. The real failure, the source argues, isn't losing, it's not learning why you lost.
So what do you do?
Ask for feedback. Honest, direct, even blunt feedback from the prospect. Why didn't they choose you?
Ooh, that could be tough to hear sometimes.
It can be, but that feedback, the source calls it gold. It tells you exactly where things went wrong, where your value wasn't clear, maybe where the pitch missed the mark.
And that lets you tweak things, right? Refine your approach for next time, improve your overall process, boost your win rate long term.
Absolutely. Selling done this way isn't just a one-off thing. It's iterative. You seek feedback, you review interactions, you learn from wins and losses. That's how you build a really effective, sustainable sales engine.
So let's quickly recap this value-driven framework. Build trust first. Know your ideal customer inside out. Listen like a detective to find the real pain. Show, don't just tell, your value with proof. See objections as connection opportunities. Know your worth and when to walk away. And always, always learn from every interaction.
Follow these steps, these principles, and you can sell with confidence. build real relationships, grow sustainably. And you never have to feel like you're being that pushy, sleazy salesperson. It really just comes down to being helpful and proving your value.
So as you're listening to this, thinking about your own selling, which of these steps resonates most? Where do you see the biggest opportunity or maybe the biggest challenge right now? What's one small change you could make?
And maybe a final thought to chew on really gets to the heart of this. What would fundamentally change for you if your main goal shifted away from just closing the sale towards deeply understanding how I can genuinely help this specific person?
Something to think about. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into selling with value. If this was helpful and you want more insights on making money smarter,
Make sure you subscribe to Smart Income Masters. You won't want to miss what's coming up.
we really appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah, thanks everyone. We'll be back soon with another deep dive.